Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast slash collaborations with Matt from Anime Blitz. Say what's up, Matt.
What up, guys?
And again, if you haven't subscribed to Matt, Anime Blitz, links will be on the video down below. They're just everywhere. You're in my featured people on my main channel.
Yeah,
so,
you're in mine.
Yeah, so subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, with that topics we were thinking about going over, we were just kind of going to discuss music a little bit.
Yep. Music, some collecting. We both like collecting things.
We said we'd do that in the last one. And
and
then
we have a little time, a race.
yeah, if we get time. This is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode. But
yeah.
Anyway, what have you been listening to lately? Do you have any recommendations?
I do. One of my favorite newer bands are called Somos. They just put out a new album. It's called First Day Back. It's kind of like some good kind of pop punk, little indie rock. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I should have grabbed a pen or something to write stuff.
Don't worry about it.
You
I can type them all in and then send it to you. But
okay, good stuff.
yeah, First Day Back by Somos. Great album. Already a contender for my album of the year.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite genre or anything?
See, I listen to a little bit of everything. I've always loved pretty much all music, minus like the super cheesy country type stuff. I can't stand that.
Oh my god, literally, I'm the same way. Like literally, people I talk to, they're like, "Oh, I listen to everything except maybe country," and then
I can take like the old country, like the old Johnny Cash folk type stuff. That's fine, but I can't. Basically, for me, it's just radio garbage. I don't like.
Yeah, It's not that I have a problem listening to it. I just don't like find myself ever like, oh, what was that song? I gotta hear that again. And
well, let me ask you this: you live a little bit more south than I do. You ever hear? I'm assuming you hear more country than I do.
A little bit. I mean, I was originally born in like Minnesota, which is pretty north, but I guess there are some people down here that like it, but it's still kind of the same vibe where it's just like, eh.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
Maybe just not in my circles.
Maybe.
Which is
What about you? You heard any great albums or singles this year so far?
Kanye West new album. No, I'm joking. Have you heard that at all?
I haven't heard it because I don't have Tidal, and I'm not going to steal it. And I'm not going to get Tidal because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they just got? There's a lawsuit being filed because they're underpaying artists.
And
that's fresh off of them saying that they were going to try to maximize royalty for artists.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty ironic.
I know, and literally he was, because a bunch of people like pirate baited his album, and literally he put like a screen capture of his thing, and people saw that he was illegally in one of his things using like a pirate bay or something. And then Deadmau5 on Twitter called him out for that.
The guy's a joker.
I know.
He's a great musician, though, so I hope... I haven't heard it. I heard it's kind of but, he said he's already working on something new, so let's see what that brings.
Yeah, I mean, that album is kind of crazy.
Have you heard it?
Yeah, my brother listens to it a lot, and I checked it out. It was
Well, how's it stack up to like some of the classics, like Registration?
I mean, I think instrumentally it's a good album. It's just, it's really, there are some lyrics that are really bad.
The Taylor Swift one was great.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift one. Yeah, some lyrics and just like, he makes some choices are just like really, why would you do that? And there's a lot of good features on it.
That's good. Yeah, I think Chance was on there, and he's great.
Oh, you listen to Chance?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely top 10.
Kind of waiting for him to put out like a legitimate album.
I know, he's waiting. He's waiting.
The problem with that is you can only ride off that hype for so long before people need to hear something new. And he did Surf. I think that was the name of it with the group he was in.
Yeah,
that wasn't a true Chance album.
I know, he's been just doing collaborations, and I think because a lot of people liked acid rap, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, can you like make a better project? And like Kendrick Lamar, Pimp Butterfly. Like everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the best album ever. It's like I don't know if he's gonna be able to top that. Just like
well, you know, I have hope for Kendrick because he's improved so much. I forget the name of his first mixtape from that to Good Kid, Mad City. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, great rapper.
Yeah, and I don't always like recommend Kendrick though, because it's kind of an acquired taste. Like,
Yeah, my girl's actually not too interested in him. She doesn't like the way he delivers his lines.
yeah, he does a lot of weird voice changes, and it's like you gotta kind of be into hip hop if you're gonna listen to that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Have you heard him and J. Cole are gonna do something?
No, I didn't. I'm not the biggest J. Cole fan, but that could be interesting.
Have you listened to his last album?
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna try to turn you on by this one song. I'm gonna link it to you.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Cause I have a friend. He's like only into like metal music and like jazz music. That's like his two. And then like I was trying to get him into a little bit of hip hop, and he got really into this one. So my hope is that I can get you into it.
Well, I will definitely be checking that out. After we're done filming or recording.
Yeah. Are there any other? Cause I'm trying to get more into just metal and punk and that kind of stuff. So
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're more. They started pop punk. This one's a little more garage rock. But Say Anything just put out a new album. It's called I Don't Think It Is. It's kind of polarizing. A lot of people said that they didn't like the mix on it. It's kind of a murky mix, but I like it. It's kind of all over the place, real manic. As far as like hardcore metal, like I was kind of, I wouldn't say raised on hardcore, but that was the first stuff I really got into, the first kind of basement shows at the local VFW halls and stuff like that I went to. So I love that music, but I tend to go back to the stuff that I listened to back in the day. I don't always seek out the new stuff. Last year, though, if you're looking for something heavy, this band called Household, they put out a really great album. I will have to look that up for you, but I recommend Household. They're very good.
Okay. And what would be the genre? Would you say that is?
That is, I'd say like they were hardcore, but this one's a little more punk oriented. Because from what I understand, he had an issue with his throat, so he had to cut back on the screaming.
Yeah.
The album is called Time Spent. I can link you to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists. It's like something happens to their voice, and it's like, like you know about David Bowie and all that.
Yo, yeah, that was sad.
Yeah,
I heard that was a great album too.
Yeah, I haven't like delved into it, but basically, he's pretty damn old when he.
Yeah.
So his voice is like just withering and just kind of barely making it, but he's like using that as like an effect in that album.
Yeah.
Like he's like getting like this weird withery and it's like.
Yeah, I mean you got to just work with what you got, and that's why I like that Household album so much. It's different, but he rocks it on that album.
Oh, is this Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Bandcamp. I've recently discovered Bandcamp.
It's the shit.
I know, right? I mean,
artist gets more money. It's just so much easier.
That one game I was telling you about, the To the Moon game. Like literally, it was like, oh, look up the album for the game on Bandcamp. I was like, okay, and it was like $5. I was like, you know what? I want to support them. I'm gonna give them some money, and I felt good. I felt good about myself.
Nice.
And there's so much free good stuff on there.
Well, hey, if we're talking about games, man, there's a game that just came out called The Flame and the Flood. Have you heard of that?
Did we talk about it? Because I feel like I know I've heard that name.
We might have, but it just came out. Got great reviews. I've been playing the beta. I backed the Kickstarter, and it reminded me of that because they sent me the soundtrack. That was the reward tier I picked. It's great.
Did you get it on Steam?
Yeah, I do, and I think we did talk about it. In fact, I think I showed you the game.
Yeah.
After we were done. Yeah, I did, and it's real good.
Yeah. I've noticed with Steam, like it's like they send you the soundtracks to the games a lot of times. Or at least
this one was simply because I backed it on Kickstarter, but that's cool that they do that.
I know, because I appreciate that kind of stuff, like, because
Absolutely.
it's either that or I gotta like do it illegally, because
Yeah.
they're not hardly ever do they actually like put it out or do something with it. So
Yeah, we were talking soundtracks last time, and I love collecting soundtracks, especially physical copies of one.
that collecting, that can be our segue.
There it is. There it
yes, we found the. I was just waiting for the right segue. Not really.
I got you.
You know, because you know I like a lot of stuff. I like books. I like movies. So I'm a bit of a collector horde. And now
You've
that
got the same problem I do. I like too many things.
I know, so I like too many things, and like recently I've been like I gotta kind of set my boundaries. There's a plane going over.
I was
me.
wondering what the fuck that was.
Yeah, sorry if you guys heard that, but
Yeah, get to the bomb shelter. Alright.
Fallout 3 style. So basically I collect a lot of stuff. I'm kind of holding back recently. But what do you collect, and what is your what are your little collector things, and how did you get started?
What do I collect? Well, like seriously collect, there's only a few things. I collect, my unrealistic goal is to have everything .hack related ever, so I do collect that. I wouldn't say that I'm a hardcore DBZ collector, but whenever I see something I like, I definitely pick it up.
And that's just quick note, DBZ, it's a hard thing to collect for, because they put out there's so many different things for it. And there's still not like that, oh, this is the best one, like perfect, everything's right. There's always like the one little, but yeah, continue.
Like when my favorite part of my DBZ collection is the Dragon Box series they did, I don't know how many years ago.
I want that so badly.
Yeah, these things.
I'm stuck with the orange bricks.
Well, now these are super expensive, so I really don't recommend getting them. But they come with a nice art book in there and everything. Here's the funny part, too.
I'm jelly.
I don't know why I did it, but I just didn't order Dragon Box 7. And I was just like, I'll just get it whenever. And now it
super
goes
price
for
now.
100 plus for that thing. I think it's closer to 200 almost. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's still every time. It's literally in every video, and every time
You can see it back there.
I know. Every time I'm just like, this motherfucker. It is beautiful dragon boxes.
It's great.
I'm over here proud with my orange bricks, and that's still. And like literally, I watched the video just kind of breaking down the Dragon Ball boxes. He's like, yeah, the orange bricks are kind of just shit at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And they are, but when I got those, I was like 12, 13. But in the end, it's like, it obviously makes a difference, but it's not like I didn't get to see the show. I got to see the show.
Yeah.
And that's the number one thing.
And my only gripe is I wish they would include Rock the Dragon instead of the Japanese song, or both, because the Rock the Dragon song is the best.
Quick note, you know that one weird closing song?
Oh yeah.
The like popcorn shower or whatever.
Yeah, my girlfriend hates that song. Actually.
I hate it too.
It's very weird and creepy, really.
I have a weird love-hate relationship, because like literally, I think there've been like 3 times where people walked in and it's just Gohan walking to this weird song, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm like the rest of the show is badass. Trust me.
It looks like you've gone full weeaboo.
Pretty much. Do you collect? Okay, what else do you collect?
Well, definitely
like games,
the .hack
maybe?
is like the specific thing. I like the Persona series a lot. That's one of my favorite game series. So I don't collect hardcore for it, but I certainly do get all the releases, special editions, all that. You've probably seen the other one, my Persona 3DS box in my videos. I love the art on that thing. That's cool.
One of these days, you gotta just give me a full.
Yeah, I'll just show you what's in the back.
Or or you can make a video out of it.
I could, yeah. It's not even really all my stuff. It's just I showed you after the podcast last time. There's really not as much as you think back there. It's very deceiving. You're seeing behind the veil right now on my webcam.
Yeah.
What do you collect?
What do I mean, I'm just a hoarder. Because technically I collect CDs, but I don't really do that all that much. I collect books, even though I've pretty much just told myself to stop, because books are huge and they're
hard to store.
Yeah, they're just in cardboard boxes around my house. My things that collect seriously are my movies, video games, and then like anime. You know, that's kind of a little bit in the back.
I'm a big fan of physical copy video games. You're never gonna sell me on digital copies if I have another option.
I feel I'm the same way, but
really physical copy anything. I just like it better. I like having something tangible.
And you know, I'm always like kind of scared that it's gonna go completely digital.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's like that To the Moon game I was playing, which I'm sorry I've referenced it 3 times now, but
you make a little money each time, right?
Yeah, but it's like I want a physical version of it. It's like what if the internet just exploded and I don't get to play it anymore, and then he'd just be like, oh, I'll just wait till the internet's back up and I'd re-release it. But I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like what are the aliens gonna play 800 years from now?
Well, you know, it's funny. I mean, when you see these games that are online only, the minute the online servers are taken down, the game's over. Like, there's a game for the PS3. It was called Mag. It's a great game, shooter game, but they took the servers down, so that game is basically useless.
Yep, and my friend's making me play all the Halo games, and we were playing Halo 2, and like he was just like, oh, I was like, can we take this online if it's on a 360? And he's like, oh, the servers are down. I'm just like, but I've heard so many like Halo 2 memories about the online.
Yeah.
It's like I'm here trying to review it, and it's like I don't even get the full experience because.
Well, you know, sometimes like the community will bring back servers and stuff through you know, online things, but even that's not the same.
It's like it's just kind of depressing that I can't just have the game transition because we had to stop recording for a second.
Brief interruption.
Brief interruption. I believe we were talking about Halo.
We were, yes, that's right. You were gonna play Halo 2 online. Servers are down. You know, fans put up servers, but it's really not the same, and it's hard to reach the amount of people that the regular servers.
And it's not like the official thing, so it's always it's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Is there like a game or a cert for you where the server got taken down besides that one you mentioned?
You know, you keep referencing To the Moon, I think the name is, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep referencing .hack. As I told you, the game's all about mirroring an MMORPG without actually being online. Well, they actually did do an MMORPG called Fragment. It was only released in Japan, and it was online only.
I was going to say Dragon Ball online, pretty much.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, it didn't do well, and they took down the servers. But fans are actually trying to get it back and translate it, so that's cool.
Yeah, if I watch .hack sign, and then if that game comes out in America, then we can play together. That's a very what if world, but
very what if.
A perfect world.
I'll tell you, you have a PS2, don't you?
Yeah, it's not plugged in or anything.
I was gonna say, I would be willing to let you borrow the games if you ended up watching the show, because they are not cheap to get.
I would be so afraid of it scratching or something. Like, literally, I would be like, yeah, I played it. It's just like in bubble wrap, like ready to. How expensive are they?
They're not. Most of them aren't expensive. It's just this last one. It was basically like the last one in the series. They didn't. I guess they didn't release as much of it. I don't know what it was, but this one goes for upwards of $150. But here's the funny thing, right? This was the only one I didn't buy, again, like the Dragon Box as a kid. So I was literally camping Amazon and eBay, checking like twice a day, every day, like there's got to be a new listing of this game. And just by luck, I found one new in box, complete with everything, for $55 on Amazon. I was like, there, got it. And that couldn't have been up for another, like, more than an hour.
Yeah.
So.
I can already tell you're a way better collector than me on terms of owning cool stuff, because I don't even know if I own anything that's like upwards of $100.
See, I'm extreme about what I love. The other stuff I'm kind of just casual about. Like with anime, I'm not an extreme anime collector, but I buy what I like. I don't. Some people might think because I have an anime channel, I own a lot of anime, but I really don't. I own my favorites. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, like Dot Hack, like that's your series. You're gonna try to get everything for it, but it's like, do you own obscure anime number 311? It's like, probably not. It's like $50, and I don't want to watch it, let alone own it. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, recently I've bought Space Dandy season 1 and 2. That was good.
I saw your video on the, was it?
Yes, that was an old one, and I don't buy a lot of new stuff. A lot of times I just stream it. It's easier.
It really is, and anime is just expensive. And
it is.
I mean, I don't want to say that because back in the day it was like $20 for 4 episodes, which is ridiculous. But at the same time, there are like some anime, Aniplex, fucking A, where it's like,
terrible.
Where it's gonna be like $50 to $100.
Yep.
And it's 12 episodes.
Closer to 100.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like 12 episodes, and.
Well, the recent, I think I might have talked about it on the last podcast, but Persona 4 Golden, the animation, was 6 episodes and 6 episodes, $80 for each. Like, that's insane.
I know. And it's literally, and I know there are reasons for that. Like in Japan, like buying anime is like this completely different thing. It's more of a collector thing, and it's like they're gonna get more money marketing to the 10 people who are gonna spend $100 than to the like several dozen who are gonna spend like 10 or something like that. So they try to just get the most money they can. But at the same time, when it's more spread out, more people are going to tell their friends, and more people are going to communicate about it. It's a win-win, lose-lose scenario, I guess.
Right, exactly. I mean, they tell you in business you don't want to make all of your profits come from the smallest percentage of your customers. You want to spread it out in case those customers no longer want your product, and then, like, all your profits are gone. So, I think people like Aniplex, I mean, clearly they're doing something right because they're still going. But for people like me, there are shows like Blue Exorcist, Aldenoa Zero, I think that's how you pronounce it, that I'm interested in, but I would never buy from them because I don't like them that much.
And companies like Funimation, even though it's like cheaper, it's not always the best case scenario because they literally just put the minimum on the disc, and then if you want cool stuff, then you're gonna have to pay the Aniplex prices. And at that point, I'm like, if I can only watch the show, and if it's only gonna be on my shelf, it's like I don't feel that accomplished. Like, oh, look at this really cool thing I have, and it's just literally just a DVD,
bare bones.
Yeah, a disc, and like little effort done.
You know, I'm kind of wondering when they decided to stop putting art inserts into DVDs and whatnot. You don't really see those as much anymore.
I remember one show, I forget what it was called. It was like, I own it, but I'm forgetting it's like Shang something. I haven't seen it because it was bad, and I just bought it on a whim because it was like $10. But literally, not the version I have, but there's like a lot of copies out there, and it's just like, insert title here on the side of on the side, you know.
That's funny.
And yeah, like, I was like, how does that happen? Where, you're gonna release that to thousands of people, and I don't even know.
You gotta take some pride in your work.
Yeah, I know. I still love Funimation. End of the day, they do a lot of good work. Yeah. And I think they're just kind of like the, I guess, biggest kids on the block on terms of dubbing and all that.
They're talking about bringing their channel back. That's interesting. I don't really know why they do
that. What is their channel exactly?
Like a TV channel.
Oh,
For a long time they had the Funimation channel, and like I didn't love the variety they were playing when they had it on. I just feel like TV for anime like that, for a dedicated channel, really isn't. With all the streaming options, there's no point.
If anything, it would be to dedicate it to the 2 people, not 2 people, but 2% who are going to be like, oh my god, I'm watching this on TV. But at the same time, I think TV, it's so cheap to get on TV nowadays. Like, as long as you know a certain amount of people and you have, like, I've seen worse shit on TV than what we do. And it's less production, less money is going into it. and just because it's on TV, it doesn't mean much.
Exactly. Yeah. So, going back to collecting real quickly, we're talking about cheap, talking about all that. I think the biggest thing is it's hard to collect everything, like we were saying. We were talking about all that, and I was just kind of looking around at the little things that I have collections of, and I have a lot of like specific items, but I don't have a lot of complete collections because that is so hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the same way, but like with video games and all, like movies, shows, whatever, I don't really collect everything for the series, but if I see like a figure I like or whatever, poster, I'll pick it up.
Figures are a completely different matter, because figures is that thing I've always wanted, but I'm always like, I'm like looking at it on eBay or something, I'm just like, I would love that, and then I just see the price, I'm like, but is it worth it?
The prices are grotesque for some
I
of these
know.
figures.
I mean, for like a $10 one, and it's like pretty good, it's gonna look good on my shelf, I'm like, maybe, but I'm at the same time, I could get like a show or like a game for that, so I'm always like, so. But I would still love to have them. They're pretty nifty.
I have little ones scattered all around my set, if you will. I don't know if I'd call it a set, but mostly amiibos. I have a lot of amiibos. That's something I collect. Amiibos. I have every one.
Yeah.
It's like my only complete collection.
Yeah. Segways. They should make an erased figure. That was the worst segue I could think. We're gonna
fit that in.
Yeah, we'll briefly touch on Erased. I've now seen 3 episodes. You're on episode 8, and that's for the Crunchyroll premium people.
Yeah.
You got premium.
Episode 9 is out today. I'm gonna go watch it after this. Yeah, later today, so that'll be good.
What is it like to have premium? Is it worth it?
No. It's really not. If there's nothing that like is brand new that you want to see, if you're not following seasonal anime, then it's absolutely not worth it.
Did you do it just for your reviews, pretty much?
No, I did it way back in the day, and I forgot I had a subscription. So that's literally it.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Now it works out.
Literally, by the time episode 12 comes around, I'm probably just gonna get that free trial.
I can actually send you one. Once a month, I can send 2 48-hour free trials out.
I think they give free trials. I'm not sure for how long, but if it's a day, I'll just watch the final episode of Erased, burn the midnight oil, get my review out.
There you go.
Assuming all goes well.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the progression so far?
Oh my god, based off those 3 episodes,
lots happening.
Like, it sounds sad, but it's like, I forgot how much I liked anime until, based off like the last, not Dragon Ball, but the last like couple shows I've watched, it's been really just mediocre stuff I've been watching. Not that there aren't good moments to those shows, but,
right.
Like, my next anime review that'll come out, that was a pretty whatever show. But this show is like one of those 10 out of 10 shows. I'm not saying it's going to be 10 out of 10, but...
Well, no, I still think that.
Oh, that's good, because you're farther ahead than me.
Really, like, I don't see any way a show this year can top this. It's so good.
I'm super excited.
But, I get it, because you get jaded when you watch the same kind of shows over and over again.
Yeah, I think... Because I'm not like, I haven't seen hundreds of shows or anything, so literally when people recommend me stuff, they recommend the best stuff, and I just watch the best stuff, and I'm like, yay, and then it's like, and then I'll stream off course because I'm farther down the rabbit hole, and then it'll just be like, oh, this is like a fraction of how good like insert other show is,
right.
So I don't know, it's just. I'm happy to have another amazing anime.
I have a few that are a little bit maybe underrated or just unnoticed by people. I'll recommend you sometime because it's not fun to go through a show that's mediocre. That's why of the 4 series I've been reviewing this year, I guess I've unofficially dropped 2. I stopped reviewing them, and I'm just gonna do a very
Oh,
end of season wrap up.
Yeah, which ones?
Prince of Stride and Active Raid. They're both
Um,
very mediocre.
Were you just reviewing them because they were new, or did they interest you a
I
little
just
bit?
picked 4 that sounded interesting. You know, I picked the mystery, suspense, erase. I picked the comedy, Seku Boys, which is fucking fantastic. I like the mech kind of battles, so I picked Active Raid, and then, you know, I saw Ping Pong the animation recently, so another sports one, Prince of Stride. But you know, Prince of Stride was kind of both of them really. Active Raid, Prince of Stride, a lot of fan service in those. One was worse than the other, but it wore me down, I think, because I was watching such great shows. Like, I think if I watched 4 pretty good shows, I'd be okay. But when 2 of them are so good, it makes you unmotivated for the rest.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not like you're just unable to pick it up when it finishes. You can always come back to it if people ask you to. And, you know, the time you'd have been working on those episode reviews, you can work on your next full series review or something like that.
You know, that was the big thing. I think next season I'm going to stick to like 2 or 3 shows, not 4. So I have more time for bigger videos.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, no one wants to put energy into something that no one else is, like, gonna have that energy. Like, Erased, that's, like, something everyone's talking about. You're gonna have fun reviewing it. It's probably gonna get the most views, probably.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the you say no one else has the energy. Well, the Active Raid reviews have the second most views, really.
Oh, really?
Some of them bigger than Erased.
Dang.
So that's why it was hard to drop that one. But I just, you know, you can't phone
it. That might also be because there's a lot more competition for Erased, because there's more people reviewing it.
So we're getting towards the end here, but I want to know what you have planned for the next week, video-wise. What's on the agenda for Soul?
I'm not sure when this podcast will come out, but I have like a status video where I'm gonna explain some stuff.
Okay.
I have a Patreon now, so I started a Patreon.
I did see that. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Let's take a look.
I don't know how.
Oh, did you not post it?
I mean, I linked it to my channel, but other than that.
Oh, then yes, I didn't see it. I was looking at your description.
Damn, I didn't promote it at all yet, but
let's see. I think it was either you or someone that I know just recently made one.
Yeah, I got
a
Patreon.
Great new icon you have there.
Yeah, I do. I've promoted this other podcast I do with these guys. They're called Decoded, and the guy made me my own little image. His name's Danny.
Nice.
They're really cool. I'm gonna plug them. Decoded, my boys.
Nice. Good to plug. I like sharing content and all that.
So got the Patreon, and I'm gonna kind of merge my second channel with my main channel. Like, if you saw that last video I did, that would normally go on my second channel.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do, my main channel is gonna be more than just reviews now.
Okay.
So I'm also gonna bring this podcast back onto the main channel. So
out from the depths.
Yes. So other than that, I also got reviews for The Forest, which is the movie that came out recently.
Yeah, I heard it was mediocre.
It's exactly that.
It's a January horror movie. What do you expect?
I thought that, but I was a little bit hyped because it sounded cool based off its premise. It's in a Japanese forest.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know. It got me it got me intrigued, and then it just kind of, the chick from Game of Thrones is on it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
No, but I know my girlfriend loves it.
Your girlfriend's awesome.
It's one of those shows that's too much commitment right now. One day,
I know.
I will watch it all, but I need time.
It is a commitment, and and I don't tell people that when I'm like begging them to watch it though. So that's just other stuff. I don't want to bore you with the.
It's not boring. I'm sure they're interested too.
Yeah, true. Better Call Saul. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I know about it.
It's like the Breaking Bad spin-off series. Yep. I got my first season for that. I got literally a stack of. These are the ones yet to be filmed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm behind. what was it? Alan Wake. I played that.
Uh-huh.
I reviewed that. The first Halo game. I haven't filmed that one. This other dude, it's a music review by this guy named Boots. I might as well just link you it because I don't feel like explaining it. But yeah,
you should. Are you gonna make an announcement of your Patreon?
Yeah, I already filmed my. It's
good.
like my status video, like I said. And I don't expect anyone to do it. So that way, in that regard, I'm not like so focused on it because I don't expect anyone to actually donate. It's just kind of there to be there.
You can't see this now, but he just typed, tell them they should anyway on Skype. No, I'm kidding.
Oh. I was like,
no, I'm kidding.
I was like, that wasn't me.
No. Encourage them.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I mean, if anyone donated $1, I would be super hyped.
Oh,
yeah. I have like a lot of rewards and shit that I'm gonna do. Like for $1, I'm gonna give you access because there's a lot of videos I can't put on YouTube because of copyright, and I don't want to go back and edit it because that's too much work. Like a lot of music stuff from the music channel, and for like $1, you're gonna have access to all of that.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna probably have exclusive reviews on there, maybe.
Okay.
I'm a little, and I kind of don't want to do that at the same time.
It's tough to balance that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just have like one a year, one exclusive a year. I don't know. So yeah, that's that. And we are already like a little bit past our time.
We
so
are.
We should probably wrap it up, right?
Yeah. Things have been good. This is a good little podcast. Next time, I'm sure we'll have a full-length episode.
Yeah, and again, guys, subscribe to Matt from Anime Blitz.
I can't promise it'll be great, but you'll get something every week. How about that?
I can promise you it'll be super amazingly great.
And I didn't tell him to say that.
So yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you to Matt for being here.
And thanks for having me, as always.
Yeah, and that being said, thank you for watching, and with that, we leave you